A child took a box of chocolates from a smiling man, but after taking the chocolates, the boy hid beside the tricycle, holding a strange hand and waving at the man. The man thought the child was just saying hello, so he smiled and waved back. However, the child seemed to have another hidden intention. He kept pointing at the two backpackers behind the man and waved eagerly to signal the man to leave quickly. Brother Chang was full of doubts, wondering what was going on, but he saw that the two backpackers had already walked into the embassy at this time. The child suddenly ran towards Brother Chang. Seeing this, Brother Chang's heart skipped a beat and he vaguely felt that something was wrong. Just as the child was about to get close to him, Brother Chang quickly stood up and tried to stop him. Then there was a deafening roar, and in an instant, the scene was in a state of misery, with corpses everywhere, just like a human movie, and the cute boy who delivered the letter to Brother Chang also died in this disaster. Brother Chang hugged the boy who was gradually losing his breath in his arms, his heart full of guilt and self-blame. At this moment, his thoughts were involuntarily pulled back to 20 years ago. At that time, the Korean Civil War broke out, and the people in the war zone had to follow the US military south to avoid the war. But the number of people seeking refuge was too large, and the carrying capacity of the warships used for evacuation was limited, so only a part of the people could be taken away. Fortunately, Brother Chang and his family finally grabbed the rope and climbed onto the boat, but in the crowded crowd, his young sister was forcibly pulled off the ship. After learning that his daughter was missing, the father did not blame Brother Chang, but solemnly told him that if he was gone, Brother Chang would be the head of the family and must take the responsibility of taking care of his family. After that, the father jumped off the warship without hesitation to find his missing daughter. However, until the warship slowly sailed away, Brother Chang could not wait for his father and sister to return. Since then, Brother Chang, who was only 3 years old, has shouldered the burden of the family early. As time passed, Brother Chang gradually grew up. In order to prevent his younger brother from giving up the chance to be admitted to a prestigious university due to family financial reasons, he decided to travel across the ocean and work as a miner in a mine with dark monitoring conditions. 5 years passed like this. After the contract expired, Brother Chang returned to his hometown and married his childhood sweetheart, Xiao Mei. However, the peaceful life was soon broken. The younger sister came to her with tears on her face to complain that because she could not afford a generous dowry, her sister was looked down upon everywhere in her boyfriend's family. As the elder son in the family, the heavy responsibility bound Brother Chang tightly like a rope. After much deliberation, he decided to go to the Vietnam battlefield to do logistics work, just to earn a high salary and prepare a decent dowry for his sister. Although his newlywed wife begged and strongly opposed, his father's instructions at that time seemed to echo in his ears. In the end, Brother Chang made up his mind and set out for the Vietnam battlefield. Despite his wife's reluctance and worry, when he arrived at the Vietnam battlefield, Brother Chang truly realized that the danger here was far beyond his imagination. Not long after he arrived, he encountered a terrible human bomb attack. Although he was lucky to save his life, this shock made him deeply realize the cruelty and ruthlessness of the battlefield. In this battle without a name, the US military was defeated step by step, and the Korean army following the US military also spoke ill of them. They were forced into the dense jungle by the armed forces. Brother Chang, a logistician, was unfortunately trapped in it. One day, they entered the primeval forest to transport supplies. Without warning, a group of enemy troops appeared in front of them. Everyone was frightened and panicked, and hurriedly looked for a hiding place. Who would have thought that a giant python quietly climbed onto a companion, and the companion was terrified and screamed shrilly, which instantly exposed their position. Seeing this, the enemy immediately raised their guns to aim. Just at that critical moment, friendly forces arrived, but their shooting was chaotic and indiscriminate. Fortunately, everyone was lucky enough to narrowly escape this crisis. After that, Chang Ge and the others followed the soldiers to the riverbank to prepare for evacuation. Just as they were moving